My name is Anita Saville, and I am the Executive Director and a founding mother of Budget Buddies.
Kathy Brough, I'm the Director of Operations and the second founding mother.
Well, you know how they have the founding fathers of the country, and you know, we of course have, being an all-women's organization, we want to feminize it, so we are the founding mothers. So the mission of Budget Buddies is to provide financial education to low-income women, and we do this through a unique program that combines instructional workshops on things like budgeting, banking, credit, setting financial goals, and that kind of thing. And we combine that with a coaching program where each person in the program gets a personal coach for 6 months. Well, Kathy and I have known each other for many years, and most recently we worked together on the 2009 governor's campaign when Deval Patrick ran in Massachusetts as governor. And we found that we worked really well together in doing phone banks and organizing in other ways. So
we each like to do what the other one doesn't. So it's a perfect match.
So it's a good yin and yang. I wrote a newsletter called Purse Strings for a while that was dedicated to middle and upper income women and helping them invest their money in sort of women-friendly investments.
I've been volunteering in Lowell for almost 20 years at the Lowell Transitional Living Center, the shelter for men and women. I've been a client advocate for most of those years. I go in and work with the clients one-on-one, helping them file for benefits, just get through the maze of paperwork and life without a home and things like that. It's been about the most rewarding thing I've had in my life, you know, and really enjoy it. But it's a big part of my week. So when Anita and I started talking about what can we do, Anita had an idea to do something for women.
Right away. I knew from my own research that women learn financial principles differently than men do. They're much more hands-on, they're much more practical, and they're much more comfortable in a group of other women. You know, so many of them come from foster homes or dysfunctional families or backgrounds where they weren't in school all the time, many problems that meant that they didn't learn all these basic sort of financial principles when they were growing up. We tossed the ideas around a little bit and we said, well, what if we got some volunteers who could serve as mentors? You know, what if we got together a group and you know, they were mentors and we put in some workshops. The problem with workshops alone is that, you know, you go to a workshop, you're maybe very excited and enthused and remembering all the stuff for a day or two, and then as time goes by, you know, your interest wanes, and 2 weeks later you don't even remember you went to the workshop. So we thought, well, let's combine the two. Let's see if we can't do a workshop that would provide all that sort of core financial information that everybody needs. And of course, if we taught it in the schools more and more the schools are starting to pick up on this, but there's a whole couple of generations that never had this kind of training. So, you know, let's do the workshops, let's combine it with individual coaching, which reinforce what's in the workshops and make it more specific to the individual. And let's see if over a sustained period of time we can really make a difference and people can take a big leap forward in their financial education. So this is House of Hope. We're at House of Hope, which is a shelter for families, young families in Lowell. And this was where our first program after our pilot program we started here. So, and we're about to start our 4th program with House of Hope. This is a wonderful group. They're so enthusiastic. They want more for their kids than they had for themselves. They're very motivated and high energy. It's mostly younger women.
Yeah, they're fun.
And so a lot of discussion. You know, do I need to get my nails done? You know, how do I deal with a kid who wants something that I can't afford? You know, those kinds of conversations. Very animated. So our presenters come here into this room. This is the community room at House of Hope, and they usually do an interactive presentation that is some lecturing, but more, you know, trying to get the buddies and their coaches to do things together. In the beginning, we have a workshop where it's setting financial goals and trying to get you to feel good about yourself. And the presenter does a thing where she wants everyone to stand up and say their name with gusto. So, you know, you can't say, I'm Anita Saville. You have to say, I am Anita Saville, okay? And this one woman, she just had a lot of trouble doing that, you know, because you really have to feel a certain amount of confidence to be able to say your name in front of a group of people. Well, by the end of the program, not only was she enthusiastically, sharing her stories and so forth, but at graduation she stood up and she talked for 5 minutes about what Budget Buddies had meant to her. So, there's a lot of personal growth that happens that is beyond financial too. I mean, we like to think that we're giving people confidence that they can use in other aspects of their lives.
When you see, the scared look go out of their eyes that they often have, and they suddenly, look like, I can do this. You hear them say, I can accomplish this. It's just a great feeling.